So I thought I would do a little bit of more playing around with the OBS and thought I could record playing a game. This is Three Kingdoms: The Last Warlord. It is a Three Kingdoms based strategy game that's kind of like a bit of an indie developer type game, so it's definitely got some problems, lack of balance, like these sorts of things, but overall it's interesting, and especially, or pretty much probably only if you like the time period, but it's a strategy game, it's turn-based, you make a giant empire, and unlike most strategy games, there's a pretty heavy emphasis on the your people and your officers. So we're going to start a game. We are going to make a. We're going to start with a relatively like medium type force, and we are going to just do the starting steps for this video. This game, let's talk about settings a little bit. So we're going to do infinite for officer lifespan, and then just do a lot of the regular ones for the other ones. The reason we have infinite is because the AI is particularly bad at keeping their officers alive by feeding them medicine, and so doing that will help. If the game goes really long, it'll help prevent a situation where all the AI's good officers die. For difficulty, we're going to select normal. Normally we play on like harder or hell, but then we do a fair bit of save scumming if we get unlucky with certain things. We're going to try and do none of that, so we're just going to play on normal. If we played, harder or better civilization, we could probably do something like this, or a better warlord, but we're going to play on normal. I think I put normal down there. And we are not having any of our custom officers or items appear. Okay. Let's not read through this. Okay, so our situation here is we are in the Ba Shu area, and we have the first thing we kind of want to do, since we have multiple cities, not that button, is look at our officers and find the best officers overall for each. That's not our officers. So forces, if we sort by population, we can find ours pretty easy, and we'll want to look at all of our officers and have the best officers in our main city so that they can help teach our new officers. You sort by overall, so we'll want to have the best military guy, the best duel guy, etc. Quickly going over it, because I think I should explain this game a little bit. There's a bunch of different categories for stats. Relative to other Three Kingdoms games, this has like a lot of different stats that you can have. What they're useful for is pretty self-explanatory in a lot of spots. There's three types of units: infantry, cavalry, archer, and this is their skill at leading each one. There are also naval battle sieges. This is a special bonus you get when you're defending specifically. And what's interesting is, if you look, these are all the different categories of stats. Sometimes there's overlap in multiple stats. So for example, recruit is both in military, but it's also in governance. But okay. Pillage is how much stuff you get when you fight other people, and then calm is for resisting schemes, and then that is also in intelligence, where you have a bunch of different things. And so I think that this sort of system is pretty cool. There's some balance issues and like stuff where like math doesn't get used very much. Academic is a really important stat because it determines how fast the officers learn stuff, as well as how fast they teach stuff. So officer with high academic will improve a lot. And if the game tends to get pretty stally because it's really easy to defend spots and a lot harder to attack, and so we'll see some of that. This is really important though, scout, and it's important that we have an officer that's good at it, because this is how you get more officers, is you need to have a high, good scouting. And so in terms of starting steps, setting that up is the most important thing. So we're going to call all the best guys to the yard. A lot of this, I just know the characters already, so I know what I'm looking for. And it's going to be a lot of shuffling around officers at the start. and taking some of these cities that are unoccupied, these white cities. So let's take the bowman. Okay. So right now we are taking some of the nearby cities. One thing with this game is that at the very start there is a grace period where the AI will not attack, and so we can kind of exploit that by spreading ourselves a little thin at the very start and then trying to lock everything down. We start off with a ton of officers in Zhang, and we're going to try and move them around, which is what we're doing here with this interface. So we are going to move. And pretty soon we're going to be having our guys ending our first turn. We just know that we want to move all these guys already, so we're just doing that at the very start. We want to leave a couple of stronger officers near our borders, our more military officers, because where we're going to defend is we're going to defend from here against this guy, and probably look to take this guy pretty early if we can. And then we're also going to look to expand to this city and then move our government there. And so this is going to be like the starting step goal for this video, is taking this city and moving our government there, and then taking some of these white cities, and then also kind of having all our officers where we want. We are moving a couple of good, decent archer officers here, so this will be easy to protect. This will be easy to protect because our main government and all our strongest officers will be here. These ones will be harder to protect, but the guys who are attacking them are going to be this guy and this guy, who are relatively weak. And so the goal is to have as few front spots as possible. One of the problems is these fortresses, as well as these guys, will attack us, and so it'll be a little bit tricky, but we'll see if we can do it. Setting up the college is important. We will do that next turn once a bunch of our officers arrive, and then this is... So searching allows you to find officers, which is important. We are going to send him. And then spying is how you find more places to search, which we will cover in 1 second. We'll talk about it. We don't need him. Okay, so as we pass the turn, all the guys are going to move around. And so every city you have occupied will gain spy points if you have a guy spying, which we do not. Currently, we called a guy to do the spying. And whenever you take a city, you get this menu that pops up for, you know, setting up what you want them to do, which we will kind of just play more with later. You want to have at least 2 officers in each city. That way they can transport goods. Having a high governance is important for the leader of the place, or having a high governing score overall. And so we're moving a second guy here because we tried to do this run before and one guy was not enough to defend. And let's see. It's important to do these, like, these little things pop up. The waiter one's especially important because he tells you when officers, sometimes you get officers appearing. Okay. So, spying. If we look here, all the places we have full information on. If we click on them, well, it'll actually show us. But it says spying 100%. That's what allows you to send officers to search the area. And so we really want to expand the spying thing. One of the ways we're going to do it is by taking a bunch of these cities. A lot of the best officers will spawn here within like the next 10 years. And so we want to be able to employ them. So we want to have both our main government close to here and also have spying in these areas. So conquering these places will make it so we won't have to spy on them because we'll already have all the info. And then this is one system I like a lot. It's like somewhat superficial because the game is like, I guess not like the most fully robustly developed, but I like the system where you have the school and they teach the various aspects here. And let's see, put you there. And so it helps you get like this next generation where it's very personnel focused as far as these types of games go, or strategy games go, which there aren't a lot of personnel focused strategy games unless you like play it Madden like franchise mode or something like this. So I like that. As far as research goes, we want to find techs that help with spying. Just getting off the ground with the spying as early as possible is important. So we are going to do that. There's 3 techs. This is one of them. And then we are going to want to not do too much research because we need to save up money to move our government. It costs a lot of gold to move our government. And so you only want to do it, you don't want to do it too frequently, but we are going to want to do it. So here, developing the different parts of the city. Farming gives you food, commerce gives you gold. Flood decreases. This is a stat that's like not that useful and could probably be made more useful. It decreases the negative effects of natural disasters. Patrol increases. I think it does a little bit more, but it if your patrol gets too low, you'll get rebellions and riots and stuff like that, and so that stops that. And then building increases the defense of your walls. You need to get all of these to high scores in order to upgrade the city, so the main reason to get like flood up for the most part feels like you are just trying to make it so you can jump to the next tier city. We are going to change this. Other than that, that should be good. No, so we want to change this as well. And the reason why is we want to increase the spy efficiency. And since he has a lot of scout, he will increase the spy efficiency by a lot. So this is our spy guy. And so we will get more. We want to periodically check to see if we could award officers if they are under, I think, 90, since we are playing normal. If we were playing hard, it would be 95. And keep them, otherwise, other guys can try and employ them, or they can try and make them less loyal. We can do the same thing, although the AI will generally keep the loyalty fairly high. And now we are going to march out of here with more guys. And we want someone who has decent, yeah, we want this guy, and decent military, because this guy's going to be on the front quite a bit. And then we also want a reasonable governor. So we will grab him. and then we'll take the rest of the bowmen, and they are going to go to this port and then this city. And so we'll try and get all these cities. This is pretty greedy. We'll see if we can pull it off. We're just going to leave one officer in there for now. Eventually we want two. And then we could march out from here now, but we won't. Or, well, actually, we will. And again, the main reason to take all these cities is actually not to get resources from them, because for the most part, you don't get a lot of resources from undeveloped cities, but we want to make sure that our scouting is pretty wide. And this helps, because if we take over these areas, we don't have to scout them. And then we are going to leave this city behind us unoccupied for the time being. And the reason why is because we don't even have enough people to improve it anyways. And so it feels like a bit of a waste. Now the seer, I guess we'll do one round of this. You can play the seer in cards for really good items. It takes a while and is a bit of a grind, so I kind of don't want to grind it right now when we're just trying to set up our army, but I could just show the game off a little bit. It's not particularly complex. You're looking to get certain sets and certain combos. This hand is okay. If you look here, it'll tell you the combos. If you get all of these, you both end the round and get the points. And so, for the most part, you're just looking to kind of end the round more so than necessarily get a lot of points, but if you have a good opportunity to get a lot of points, you want to go for it. Guan Yu is the strongest card, generally speaking. Although in this context, there's other stuff we can go for. Okay. And so you match the card, and then you get both cards, and so if you take a look, one of the reasons Guan Yu is so strong is because he combos with just two guys in a couple ways, and so that makes it easy to score. We don't like that because we wanted that card. That's okay. We're putting down our 3 right now so that we can try and pair with it the next turn. A little bit risky because he can have a 3, but so it goes. And then we will play up to 6 rounds. That's what this is over here. And this is the first round. It looks like we are going to lose this round. And when the AI is much luckier when it's a seer instead of just the waiter, who you can also play against for gold, but we're not going to do that because I don't feel like it. So generally speaking, these guys are pretty good to pick up, as well as the guys who have like opponent or whatever under their name. So we could either go for getting this or getting this, but we'll go for that. Because we do not match with a lot of the other opponent cards, it's going to be hard for us to try and get that complete set. And now we'll go for it this turn. Okay, that's pretty good. So now we have Turbulence Time. We need any 3 of these, so we're looking for Sun Quan or Liu Bei, except he got Sun Quan, so Liu Bei would be nice. But do we have Cao Cao already? Yeah, we do. Cool little mini game. I guess I should have just saved this for a different episode. I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't the seer. The seer will only come to your city, or be in your city periodically, and so I kind of wanted to show it now. If I'm going to do that. Looking pretty okay for us right now. It looks like, so if you get 5 rares or 5 super rares, or whatever SR is supposed to stand for, you end the set. And if you get 10 normals, and so it looks like we're going to get like a 5-point win here. Barring him getting lucky a few rounds in a row, which might be the case. Yeah, so we're not going to win this. He might not win either. It might be a draw. Okay. And so we just have to beat him. We don't have to do all 60 points of damage. Against the waiter, in order to get the better item, you need to do all 60 points of damage. Overall, the returns against the waiter are not really that worth it. In general, if I have 2 of a certain one, I like to use it, and there's nothing good to pick up, so we'll start off with our 5s. And if we look, we have not so good a hand. I guess we can go for opponent, so we need to get the other 2 opponent cards. There's the other one, so that was lucky. And the other one is an 8, which we don't have an 8 in our hand, so if it comes on the board, we can't pick it up, so that's one of the reasons why it's hard for us to go for that. We could also just go for an SR win, because we're basically already there, but we have to get lucky because there's no SRs for us to get with our current cards. That's also lucky. So we'll just go with that. So it's tied up. We have 3 more rounds to play. So there are 2 opponents and a wisdom on board. Let's see. Do we want to grab any of that? One of the things is this one can also grab another card that's pretty good. So we don't necessarily want to go for that. We have 2 8s, so we're just going to drop one of our 8s now and see how things develop. Another reason we also want to save our 1 instead of grabbing this wisdom is that Cao Cao or Cao Cao pairs with Guan Yu, and so we kind of want to avoid dropping our 1 for as long as possible. Okay, so now it's off board, so we can't win like that. Okay, so we now have 1 opponent, and the other opponent's on board, and we have an 8, so that's one we can go for a little bit. This one's not very valuable anymore, because he already picked up Cao Cao and the other good 1 card, so we'll just play it out. And so if you can't make a pair, you have to just drop a card on the board, and so getting, I guess, card advantage is pretty important because he's about to win off of the normals, and I don't think I can stop him. I'm gonna drop my 10 just in case he has a 10 that's yeah, there we go, we lose. Yeah, the AI gets much luckier when it's this guy. We also, this is a terrible hand because we don't have any better cards to like adjunct or opponent or these types of things, but we can pick up some. I don't think we can't really, so that's lucky. It's difficult for us to go for full sets here, but the only thing that's left is opponent, or we only need 1 more card for our opponent set. And so we will avoid playing this 6 for as long as possible so that we have a better chance of maybe being able to get it up down the line. And then we're also, our backup is probably SR when, so here, even though this is a relatively good card. Actually, I think we have to block this, because if he gets this, he does 30 damage to us. So that's not good. Otherwise, we would want to go for this guy. Okay, that's unfortunate. So now we can't go for the opponent win anymore. And he picks up that too. Oh, this is looking bad. So we are probably going to go for normal win now. So normally you kind of want to pick up the wisdoms, but we just want more normals. Unlucky. I think we lose to that? Yeah. Lose to a ton of damage. So now this is the final round, and we're down 35 points. So we have to get 40 or more points in order to win, which will be tough. We have a somewhat good hand, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We'll start off with this. See what we could do. Yeah, if we only had to get 35 points, that'd be like much more doable, but this is a lot of points to have to get. And we also don't have the right cards to get that amount of points. Like the SSR cards are the ones you want, and we only have one. And we don't have the cards that pick them up. So, looking bad for us. That's good. We have 2 of those now? No, we don't. So we could pick this up, maybe we could do something. I don't think the Cao is worth getting. If he picks it up, he does a ton of damage, but I think we just have to hope that he doesn't. Because we need to try and play down this card and win a few. Okay, so if he plays a 9 down, or a 9 comes off the top of the deck, no. I don't think there's any way we can do it. The 9 needs to flip. Yeah, that's not enough. Okay, but he gives us a consolation prize. Alright, back to what we're doing. So we have nobody in this city governing it. So we might move one guy from here. Ideally, again, we want 2 people in each city, each port, and each gate. Which is not even close to, we're not even close to having that. We were going to transport from here to here. We want to get our bowmen there. I think we forgot to do that. And just 10,000. Leave some bowmen behind. And then from there, we're going to send our light infantry back. Because bowmen are better on defense, so we need those in the spots. Again, we're hoping the waiter tells us about... Wait, what? I thought we sent him off. That's terrible. Okay. We're going to use max resources on the scouting. I think we're actually going to pick up that city in the back, but we're just going to return here. We're just going to send 1,000 troops. And then from here... Oop. I guess we can pick up this port just so we don't have to scout it. And then again we will return back. And then we can't transport from here, but we can transport from here. And the thing is, you need 2 guys to be able to transport, so... we're going to transport some of our info. I guess we'll just transport all these guys to the front. And most of the food. Okay, we have 8 guys in our main city, which is... it's kind of unfortunate, but we need that many people for our college. Oh, we could take some stuff. I guess it doesn't matter too much. And here we want to do a little bit of... well, there's like no food. I guess we don't want to recruit any. And Yangcheng. Oh, we wanted to return from here. So that's... we're just checking to see if it's our fortress that has been militarized. It is not. So... again, the Seer's here. We could play him, but we're going to not. Because we want to just kind of finish setting everything up. Skin of Beast. So what these signpost things will do is they'll increase your reputation. So we're going to actually take these off. And they will also improve one of the things, like one of the domestic attributes. So we're going to try and focus on these a little bit early on, because if you have higher reputation, it's easier to employ officers, which is kind of just the name of the game of this whole thing. We're actually going to try and employ him. I didn't see us even finding him. That's rough. Yeah, we have some serious food problems in some of these outskirt cities, so we might have to abandon them when we get attacked eventually. But we really don't want to lose Yang'an. Yeah, you have enough food. But we are super overextended. And we're doing this because we want to try and get more officers. We want to research towards these 2 techs, which give us more spying. Actually, let's see if we can... did I even click? Yeah, I gotta click accept. Okay. And these cost gold too, so like it might be a little bit before we can move. So we're gonna send Dong He instead. So what month is it? So the tax collectors are coming out, so that means I think the harvest is in August. Yeah, so now they have a bunch of grain, so we're gonna make them, we're gonna tell them get up to this amount of bowmen and get to above this amount of bowmen. And then we gotta switch who's the governor there, because the other guy's better. And here we're going to make sure that we have the best governor in our cities. Like this guy has a higher governing stat and a higher personal stat is somewhat important at this point. A Wanglei is? Oh yeah, because we switched it. I think we can start getting attacked soon, so... Actually gonna tell them to maintain... Even though they have the bowmen, because I don't want to forget and not have them. Right now, most of our guys can only lead 5,500 troops anyways, so... It's fine. We will keep on trying to employ him. And keep on doing these tasks to try and up the score to make employing easier. I think I set up our counselor, right? It did. Oh, another thing is you can boost stats a little bit here, and the one we care about is we want our scout guy to have more scout. Because if we look, you can see we're starting to get scouting into these cities, which is really important because a lot of really good officers come from here. We're also getting it here everywhere where we're adjacent, but there's not much that can be done about that. No good officers really come from down here. I think Shamoke comes from... I'm not sure exactly where he comes from down there, but he is somewhere in here. We're expecting to get attacked here from this guy, and here from this guy, which is why two of our better officers are here. Can't really defend that well here. We might just leave this place if we get attacked. or here rather, is not very defensible. So if we get more officers, and you said that he said a bunch of these have been included in our spy network, this now means we can both find guys here and employ guys that are there, and this is important. At a certain point you want to start buying food, but we are not at that point. And another thing that reputation helps with is it makes you get more of these discounts more often. But we don't want to spend our money like that right now. Anyways, okay, so the south is really important to have a strong guy searching. But let's do our research first. The guy we're using for research is kind of... those are the stronger guys. I think we might have to use our leader. Our leader's pretty bad. Saying Ren Yen Yen. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll swap this guy over to here. And we just don't have enough guys to search everywhere, but we want to search the south, so... and where we have, like, a bunch of cities discovered, which is the south west. So... if we get attacked here, we will be abandoning the city. Yeah, we don't have scouting of that city yet. Maybe we don't have to... maybe we could defend from another place, but... again, we're just going to keep trying to employ that guy. Yeah. I think we will move Wu Yi, who's the better officer in this city, over to here. Once we move our government, which I think we're going to be pretty close to doing soon. Hopefully we've been recording this whole time. Yeah, we have. Again, we want to talk to this waiter, because he tells us when the people... if we... don't think we should be searching the southeast yet, just because we have so few guys. And we want to try and get a little bit of research through it, so... yeah... we might not have high enough stats to do this tech. Okay, and then in 4 months when this finishes, I think that's when we're going to want to move our government. Oh, we need 6,000 more gold. It always goes up. I don't know what exactly the calculation is that does it. It might be... oh, we also have an anti-coalition against us, which is unfortunate. It's all the people adjacent to us. It's because we took so many cities early, I think. So he is going for Jianning, which we cannot possibly defend. So... maybe we can. See, they don't have siege weapons early, and this guy's fairly weak. I guess we'll just... Can we add reinforcements from somewhere? I don't think so. I think we just have to retreat. We have someone with... yeah, it's just too many. these guys are headed back here, which is a bit unfortunate. Got no troops there. So we will transport some troops to here. I think we'll actually just move Yan Yan as well right now. And he will, we probably should have had him before, like on some kind of front, and we will have to switch this to someone else. Even though he's really bad, should we probably... It's unfortunate because this is a really good city to defend from, but... Okay, this will be able to defend. So you'll get a little look at the combat. So early on, they don't have siege weapons most of the time, so unless it's Yuan Shao, I think it starts with all the siege tech. And so you can defend with much fewer numbers, especially because the AI is not very good, and if you kill the leader, the entire force flees. And it's kind of easy to do that. If it wasn't raining, we would use fire arrows on this guy, but... because next turn he will dismount and stay in the exact same spot. We want them all to come this way, which is usually what they do, but this guy might not do that. And hopefully the rain cooperates with us. And it stops raining, yeah. So we will try and prioritize this guy, because if we beat him, the entire force retreats. And other than that, we will try and take out units completely. That way they can't climb the wall. Not this guy anymore, because he's so low already. And we're going to ignore this guy now, because... he won't be able to make it to the back to the other side in time to really do much. So we'll try and stop them from climbing up the wall. This guy doesn't... This force doesn't have very many strong military officers, but they have pretty good domestic officers, and so at some point we want to take them over, because we have decent military officers, but not very good domestic officers. Okay. And the AI could be better. It's pretty bad. I think the budget for this game is like incredibly low though, so like it's hard to get mad at them. Defense is way easier than attack. Although you can attack like fairly well, you just need siege weapons. We're like trying to climb up the walls, like what they're doing is like suicidal. Okay, we will try and do a little bit more damage to their units before we take out this guy, which will end the fight. One thing that's nice about Liu Zhang, which is the force we are playing in most of these games, is that has really strong bow officers. So usually defending is pretty easy, or a little bit easier with them. So yeah, he took Jianning. Hopefully he doesn't immediately attack, and hopefully he doesn't attack the port. Oh, we didn't even read that. Okay, so we did get an employment. Almost enough money to move, but we do want to have some money left over after we move, so... We got Queen Me. Let's take a look. Normally I don't check too often, but we can occasionally have the absolute banger, like this guy. It's quite nice. So we can either have him as our new personnel guy, or as our new just overall college guy. He's not in this city. Right now we're just shuffling around some officers. He's probably gonna get rewarded, and before our guy even gets there, so I don't know if he's worth going for, but this officer's pretty good as well. Instead we'll just keep going for this guy. You know, eventually, mathematically, we get him, but... we would like to get another military guy here that can help defend. Because we have 2 military guys here, 2 here, and only 1 here. We have one of our best guys, Yan Yan, here. And a decent amount of troops. He's got a lot of officers here, what the hell? Is that, did he move his capital there? I guess. That kinda sucks. But I didn't think we would be able to defend all these cities anyways. And so we got Changji, who I think is kind of a nothing burger, but we want to see what city he's in. Oh, he's pretty good. And this means we can move Lei Tong down there. So everything's starting to come together a little bit. We can move Wang Fu somewhere else. Quinn Mi will probably be our guy for a while. I think this guy was placed as no governor, so Wang Fu can be the governor there. He's got decent governing stats. Although, I think we want to check and see if we can do this. I don't think... Yeah. Yeah, Wang Fu can't even get that tech, so that's fine. I'm not sure how exactly it's calculated, but we have enough. So... I think we will pass one more turn and then move capital. The reason being, Dong He is going to get back, we can re-employ that guy and we can use our better guy to do it. We got Cao Yin. Yep, not very good, but where is he located? I forget how to look it up. Zhang. Okay, I guess. So instead of Dong Fu, we want Quinn Mi going. And then we will move to here. I think. Yeah, we can definitely support that. Okay. I was checking to see if we had some gold somewhere else. Oh. Guess we can't yet. So next turn. Nice to see Liu Bao attacking here, because that means he will be not as strong when he attacks us. I still don't know where Cao Yi is exactly. Probably want to move him here. Again, we got a couple more guys. Okay. We're gonna take all these guys with us. Wait, he's not back yet? Okay. I'm gonna move Wulan to UZ. This way, we're making it so that they can all transport, although we will set up the transports probably next session. This is starting to run a little bit long. Oh, Yongcheng ran out of food. That's not good. Where are they? Oh, but they got food now? Okay. So now we'll be able to move Wulan and Wu Yi somewhere else. And we're getting attacked, it looks like. I think I'll actually move Wulan and Wu Yi up here because we want to take Hangzhou's actually where we want to push, I think. I don't think we want to push into Liu Bao or Shaxi maybe is where we want to push, I don't know. Down in the south and bottom where we lost the city. Just so, because technically there are two fronts there. They still don't have any siege weapons, so we should still make short work of them. Not the most complex. And he's gonna dismount, so he's gonna eat more fire damage, because the AI doesn't move and dismount ever. You don't like it when one of them goes to the left. That makes things hard. Sometimes you just have to hope they won't be able to get over to the side before it matters. And if you have two people in front of a ladder, it will stuff their attempt to come up the ladder, so that's what we're doing here. Probably should have fire arrowed these guys, or shouldn't have at all. I meant to volley, because fire arrows are not very effective when it's raining. Their officers are pretty bad though. You might make it up. It's dependent on their stats, and they have pretty bad military officers, so we're just kind of going for the leader. We want to end this more because we want to end the video and go to the gym than anything. And I said a pretty... oh, why did we do it like that? Probably didn't need to lose guys there. Not like that, at least. This isn't gonna kill, so I guess we might as well kill this guy. Ouch. All that hurts. Or maybe we'll keep Wu Yi in the main city to teach. Yeah, we lost 500 guys. The AI has an advantage though. When they lose guys, they get more injuries than you do. So their troops heal more. And this is like really how you like, because the AI is very poor, this is how you have to push the game, so. Alright, so now we have to redo all of this stuff we did at the very start because we have moved our government. I really wish it saved it, but it doesn't, so. We will need to switch him. And it'll take us a couple turns to get everything back the way we wanted it. accidentally clicked the wrong button. It's fine. I think they'll just get injured. I guess we're moving Wulan there, actually. And we need our spy guy to come back over to us. And we need to set policy. We want them to maintain 5,000 bowmen. We're going to move more to the front, and then we need them to reserve some amount, and then they're going to transport the rest. And they're just going to transport it down the line. And they're going to do the same thing. They are going to transport down here, and it'll be a nice conga line. Spectacular. Oop. Alright. We're still picking up more guys, so that's nice. He is very nice, because he has a super high build. Okay, so I think we can get everything set up now, and then we can call the video. Ah, we can't yet. Okay. We want our best searching guy in the south. He's not here yet, so we'll send Liu Zhang to the southwest. Female officers are really important because they help you reproduce and make children officers. Stats aren't very good, but we'll send her to main city. And then does anyone, so one thing is they'll inherit the good move of their parents. We don't have a single person with a good move though, and she will boost virtue. I think we want to get a better piece of jewelry, but And I guess we'll keep Wooly and Wu Ban here for now, as we try and employ these guys. He's particularly good, so we will send for him, even though he's in another force and he's probably going to get rewarded. See if we can give Zhang anything to help him out. Yeah. I think that's all we have. Yeah, that is. So once Zhang gets here, we will set up the spy network. And then we will be pretty set to go. We'll have to remember that we are only currently transporting from Chengdu through to Yong'an to our main base. For next video. I think he said, yeah, this fortress is now active. So, a little bit of a yikes. We will want to transport some troops from Chengdu. I think we want to push into Hanzhong as our first push, because once we take him out, this will go blank. And they got a bunch of, let's see if we can look at the officers. I could show you. They got a bunch of reasonably good domestic officers and pretty weak military officers, so they're pretty easy to take on. So we lost the spy on this because we lost the city, but okay. We're waiting for our guy to come so we can search the south. And then we're probably going to use the woman to search the other place, even though she won't get a lot done. Actually, she's probably better off. Also, I feel like the tournament's going to be soon, but I don't think that Zhang has a chance, so I won't buy him anything. Almost completely set up here. White elephant is nice. We can give that to Zhang. Oh, we wanted to buy jewelry so we can get a better marriage. Fail all 3 employments. Tragic. Yeah, we could use her to try and employ. And you to search, my guy, because this is the best spot. This is where all the best officers come from. Generally. Yeah, we have a ton of gold. Pretty good spot. I guess we should have just shipped ourselves gold earlier from these other places. We'll probably have to send gold out to some of these places. Like, this place is probably not doing so hot. Yeah. We'll have to get someone for here so that they can defend while this city sends reinforcements. Overall, reasonable start. We started with like 18 officers, and we now have 29. Didn't get any really outstanding officers in the meantime while we were playing, but they haven't really appeared yet. And we are close to being able to get stuff from over here. Also, it looks like Liu Bao lost this city, and generally speaking, if you can deliver the finishing blow, or it's helpful. He also did not take this city, so he's particularly weak this run, and so might be able to push into him. But yeah, so this was fun. Hopefully the recording worked well enough. Um, if you have any, I suppose I should do the YouTube stuff, like the like, comment, subscribe. I think for the most part, I won't do too much strategy games on here, and mainly just look to probably stick with chess and poker, because I think that's probably what I can do more substantively. But this is just wanted to try out the OBS on something else, on like a fully windowed thing, instead of just having a mess of windows like I did with my previous video. So, and then maybe I could stream something like this where it's turn-based, so it really doesn't matter if I'm streaming on a toaster laptop, because like worst case scenario, you just wait or whatever. Alright, have a good one.